From Hollywood, Lyle Talbot in The Unexpected.
The unexpected.
The Unexpected. Life is filled with the unexpected. Romantic, tragic, and mysterious endings to our most ordinary actions. Dreams come true, or dreams are shattered by sudden twists of fate in The Unexpected. And now, Lyle Talbot, outstanding radio, stage, and screen star in Silver Fox, a drama of The Unexpected.
The snow whipped past my face in little flurries, like the cornflakes they throw in high school Christmas pageants. But this snow was real and cold, and the wind was made of moving ice. We leaned against the weather-beaten door of the old warehouse, and I grasped the tiny green slip of paper in my heavy mitten. When I read it, I didn't mind the weather anymore, because the writing on that tiny green slip of paper said, "To the Buckingham Bank of Montreal, pay to the order of Jack Clark the sum of exactly $400,000.
Satisfactory, Mr. Clark?
I guess so.
Good.
Except for one thing.
Yes?
It isn't signed.
No, not yet. But if you'll just surrender it for a few moments...
With pleasure.
Now, where's my pen? Oh, I had it a moment ago. Oh, yes.
When the check was signed, it would mean nearly $500,000 was going to belong to me. Me, Jack Clark, who only a little over a week ago had been nothing but a young sales manager on a hunting trip. Just another ex-soldier with lots of prospects, but not too much capital. But that was before I got lost in the Canadian woods. Before I found that the old woman in the rough-hewn cabin didn't know her way around either.
Get along. Get out of here. Don't want strangers snooping around. Did you hear me, young man? Get out.
But, madam, all I want is a few directions.
I know what you want. You want to find out if I'm really crazy. That's what they say in the village. Old Lady Frederick's crazy as a bedbug.
Oh, I don't think you...
He even sent doctors and... Are you a doctor?
Oh, no,
My brother was always sending doctors to see me, but he won't do it again. You know why?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Because he's dead.
Oh, well, that's a good reason.
Brother Jedediah, with all his money and all his doctoring, he dies first, and I keep right on living.
Well, that's life.
You ain't heard the best part yet. Jedediah hated me. Ever since I was a girl, he hated me. Then he goes and dies. And who do you think gets all his money?
Well, I really have no idea.
Me.
You see,
Yes, me. But I wouldn't touch a thing that Brother Jedediah had. Not a thing. I'd have to go way up to Stanton Landing, and that's where he lived. Have to leave here and go up there to get the estate. That's what the lawyers wrote me. I'll show you the letter.
Oh, I don't want to...
Here you are, young man. You read it. You'll see. Brother Jedediah left me a lot of things. Thought I'd go up to Stanton Landings to get them. It's real cold up there. I'd probably get pneumonia and die. That's what Jedediah wanted. Wanted me to die. But I'm not going. I'm going to stay right on here in my cabin and live. That'll fool Brother Jedediah, won't it? Well, ain't you going to read the letter, young man?
Yes, I'm reading it.
It's interesting, ain't it?
Yes, very interesting. The letter was from one of the largest law firms in Montreal. Appended to it were deeds and inventory reports which proved that she, Mildred Fredericks, was now the owner of 500 acres of inferior farming land near Stanton Landing, a defunct novelty manufacturing company in Winnipeg, a partially burnt flour mill, and a warehouse located on the farming land. A warehouse containing 10,000 silver foxes. At that one, my jaw fell open. Well, even in off years, silver foxes bring about $40 to $50 a pelt. So by my rapid calculations, this old dame was worth somewhere around $500,000. Only she wasn't interested. It was too cold at Stanton Landing. I got a mental picture of big cars and an estate along the St. Lawrence, so I made my charming hostess a fast offer, and she went for it like a large trout snapping at a hand-tied fly.
You mean you'd give me $5,000 for that frozen farm and that ramshackle warehouse? Young man, it's my opinion that you're the one who's crazy. That's my opinion. Well, give me the money before you change your mind. Hurry up. More strange characters wander around in these woods. Well, don't waste time. Get me the $5,000.
I finally persuaded my newfound friend to tell me how to get into town, wired my bank in Montreal for money, and by nightfall, I was the proud owner of 10,000 silver foxes, ready to be converted into coats and cash. The next afternoon, I tucked my receipts under my arm, walked up 2 flights, and through a door which said, Arthur Black Limited. We buy marten, chinchilla, mink, fox, and rabbit skins in any condition. The word rabbit stood out in large letters, and it suited Mr. Black to a T.
Now, just a minute, Clark, just a minute. You said a few skins, a few.
That's right.
But this inventory, this warehouse inventory.
No, what's wrong with
Well,
it?
nothing at all, except 10,000 silver foxes. Oh, dear me, 10,000. Oh, no.
Well, you aren't interested then.
Oh, yes, of course I'm interested. But I simply can't handle it. Too big. Situation is too much magnitude. It's a big operation. That's it, Mr. Clark. A big operation. I buy rabbit skins, a few silver foxes, just a few. Not 10,000. I can't handle it.
Oh, well, who can?
Well, I do know of a firm that might possibly help you, but...
How much?
Well, I could introduce you and act as a middleman for, say, $500.
500? 5,000, Black, when the deal's completed.
What? Oh, yes, of course. Well, I'll call right now. Make an appointment with Y. Dumont Limited. Yes. Now, they handle very big fur purchases. Very big. Tremendous. Now, that's who we'll see. Y. Dumont.
As the little man picked up the telephone, he was so excited his ears wobbled and his nose twitched, and he looked exactly like a jackrabbit that I had for a pet when I was a kid. Well, Black sent me to an apartment house over by the river in the French Quarter. Tall, old, and imposing. When she opened the door, she was tall and imposing, but she wasn't very old.
Yes, monsieur?
I'm looking for Y. Dumont of Dumont Limited. Mr. Black made an appointment.
Oh, yes, of course. Come in.
Thanks.
I am Y. Dumont.
You?
Yes. The Y is for Yvonne.
I see.
I believe you have something of interest for me, Mr. Clark?
Yes, a business proposition. Furs.
Of course. That is what I meant.
Can you handle 10,000 silver foxes?
I can handle a great deal more than that. A great deal more.
Excellent. I'll be satisfied.
With just a profit?
I think so.
You could ask for more.
I wouldn't get it.
You never can tell, Mr. Clark. You may receive a great deal more than you have asked for.
Her hair was black with a shock of blonde. So blonde it was white. And she was sleek and soft and expensive like a silver fox. She was a luxury item, but when the deal went through, I'd be able to afford some luxuries. The next morning, Black, still wiggling his ears, joined Miss Dumont and myself in a chummy, if chilly, airplane ride to Stanton Landing. After that, we bundled into a sleigh and jingled out to the warehouse. As we slushed over toward it, Yvonne remarked, almost casually,
I have taken the liberty of making out the check in advance. That is satisfactory, Mr. Clark?
Why not?
Here's the check, Clark, right here. It's awful big, very big. Wouldn't you like to look at it?
I looked at it. It was satisfactory, very satisfactory. Then I handed my pen to Yvonne. She pulled off her fur-lined glove and signed with a flourish. And that was that. I had nearly $500,000, all because an old woman didn't like cold weather, and because some little animals were foolish and got themselves killed. Some little silver foxes. But to me, they weren't silver anymore. They were gold. Pure gold.
You think the story is over, don't you? But wait. Fate takes a hand. So wait for the unexpected. And now for the surprising conclusion of Silver Fox, starring Lyle Talbot, a Hamilton Whitney production written by Robert Libet and Frank Burt, and directed by Frank K. Danzig.
I reached for the check, but Yvonne seemed just a trifle reluctant.
On second thought, Monsieur Clark, I think I should look at the contents of this warehouse before turning this check over to you.
Oh, sure, okay. I'll unlock the door. The warehouse was piled from floor to ceiling with small cardboard boxes. Very small. Too small to contain even a rat skin.
Well, let us open one of these boxes, and perhaps we shall see what the inventory means. Ah, yes. Silver foxes. I believe the inventory is correct. Quite correct, Mr. Clark.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Well, this is really terribly funny. 10,000 silver foxes, but not the kind I am used to buying. These are silver-plated foxes. Little charms for a girl's bracelet.
Charms? You mean charms?
Of course. And very attractive, too. Why, you should be able to get, perhaps $1,000 for the lot. That is, from a 5 and 10 cent store. But not from me, Monsieur Clark. You see, I only buy furs.
Silver Fox starred Lyle Talbot. Listen soon for another of your favorite motion picture stars in a drama of the unexpected. This program was transcribed in Hollywood.